Let's have a look at the game that's happening tomorrow. It is, so I use memory aids for everything. So it's KK RRR. Right? So it's KK RRR.
RRR.
KK
I'll tell you what it is. 1v2.
1v2.
Yeah, that's
right.
Here we go.
It's top billing. It's happening at the Eden Gardens. We spoke about this as well previously on Cricbuzz Live. The fact that for the Calcutta team, it's a big advantage that they're not going anywhere. They did play yesterday, they're playing tomorrow, but well, they just drove home and they're going to come right back. So they win tomorrow. They will really want to win tomorrow. Then they go neck and neck with Rajasthan, and they'll comfortably be on top with net run rate because their net run rate is almost 1 point.
When they made that 260, 270, whatever, that big score, they won by 100 runs.
Yeah, that's what.
They won by 100 runs, and that makes the difference.
Let's have a look at the team that they had in the last game and see if they'd make any changes. But I don't think they would because
they're not the team that makes too many changes. And I just think Josh Butler will come back in because he was a bit unwell, and they said he's almost there. So he'll probably play the next game. So I think Josh Butler will come back in.
And Ash, we don't know whether Ash is still 100 or not because they played a game without Butler and Ashwin and they won that game.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Right? So if they get him, if they don't get him, Keshav Maharaj bowled beautifully in the last game. So it's very difficult to have an option for a champion like Ashwin, but they seem to have.
Yeah, but see, they've been in 2 close games. They lost 1-1-1.
Yep.
It was Hetmyer who pulled that last game out, Hetmyer and Powell. I love Powell's line at the end.
Yeah.
He said, the two of you came together. He said, yeah, but we are West Indians. We hit boundaries.
Yeah, true.
Any latest on Sandeep Sharma? How long's he got?
Yeah, and that's making a big difference.
Yeah.
We don't know yet. We don't know on Sandeep Sharma. We don't know Nandri Berger. We don't know on him as well. And Ash and Josh Butler. So they've had, they won. But they'd be looking at these 4 and say, these are our sure starters. So they don't want them to be hurt and injured for too long. And they definitely don't want any more additions to that sick bay.
And the one plus for them last game was Jaiswal got a 40-odd, 39-40.
Yeah.
Because if Jaiswal gets runs, it works so many ways for them. Butler likes those 10 balls at the start.
Yeah.
So if he's batting with Jaiswal in form, Jaiswal's teeing off those 10 balls.
Yeah.
And Butler gets the space that he needs.
Yep.
So when Jaiswal's batting well, it's good for his partner too. So Jaiswal batting well is a big plus for them because then their 2 most prolific batters are following.
Yeah.
In Samson and Parag, and we've seen Hetmyer at the end is.
He's
going to colour his hair pink soon because his wife is coming.
Okay. We spoke about Tanush Koti in the last game and how they pulled him and how it was a little out of syllabus for him. It was a little above his pay grade, as they say, in the FBI.
Yep.
But do you think if Butler's still not fit tomorrow, do you think you give the youngster another game? Or do you just give Dhruv Jurel?
Well, whether he plays, Kochiana, but you're not putting him up the top.
Yeah.
He looked potentially like, he was out of
his depth,
Yep.
Okay, so maybe...
I was at the ground, we expected Jurel to come out and open the batting.
Yeah.
And Sanju said at the end they find him a very interesting player, that he does things during the practice games and at the net. So they said, okay, they didn't want to disturb the rest of the batting order.
Yeah.
They wanted 3, 4, 5, 6 to stay where they were, but he made 24 of 31, which was slightly overstaying the welcome.
Maybe the only person who they don't need to tumble that apple cart at all would be Dhruv Jurel, who's really not got a bat and just push him straight up.
You ask Dhruv Jurel, do you want to open the batting in a T20 game? Before you finish your sentence, he's got his pads on and he's going out.
Yeah, he's going out. Yeah. I'll tell you right now, he's just like, would you like to bat in a T20 game? And he'll say, yes, just let me bat. But Rajasthan, of course, is doing really well and they haven't required all their resources. On the other side, with the Knight Riders as well, things have been good. They'll be happy with how everything has been going for them. And of course, the last game, Phil Salt got runs, so everything's looking in great place for them. And Gilly Mitchell-Starc coming good and getting some wickets in the previous game has only helped their cause.
Absolutely, fantastic for him. Sunil Narine, I thought his bowling was absolutely extraordinary. We put the graphic up, didn't we, after that game about the only conceding ones and not off every ball, and so he was. I thought he was outstanding with ball in hand. He's always going to be dangerous, impactful, if you like, with bat in hand, potentially. But, it'll be interesting, the match-up between, the spinners. I think Yuzi's going to have some fun up there, getting it into the pitch. So, it'll be
I just want to see Trent Bolt against the Knight Riders openers.
Yeah.
I want to see Trent Bolt against, because Trent Bolt does Trent Bolt stuff, likes to get wickets up front. Yeah. If there's any movement, he moves it around.
He's swinging the ball better than anybody else. He's almost swinging it for 7 or 8 balls, 10 balls almost.
Yeah.
Which is why I've got this left field theory to increase the contest between bat and ball. Like you have the Duke ball, that does a little bit more. Can you get a white ball with a more pronounced seam, almost like the equivalent of a Duke ball in white ball cricket, and play only with that so that it swings a little bit more? Because at the moment it just stops swinging, and then you're hitting through straight lines.
We used Duke's
white balls, didn't you?
In 1999
at the World Cup, and they lasted well.
Well, they lasted too well. They kept cannoning into my off stump, but it was the tournament was started in May.
Yeah,
and they were hooping everywhere.
Yeah,
50 over cricket again, but there's definitely white Duke's balls.
Yeah.
But,
so big white Duke's balls in play. At least when you're making 280, give the bowler some weapon to the bowler. You're not preparing 140 decks. You're not preparing decks where the ball is gripping and turning. So give some weapon, because if the ball is coming in straight lines, you pick the line and hit through the line. The ball has to deviate from the line somewhere. Now, Trent Bolt's greatness lies in the fact that it's swinging for a couple of overs and he's still taking so many wickets in the power play. You see, the moment the ball stops swinging, Trent Bolt's a different bowler.
True.
So get the ball to swing more. Do something. Have a more pronounced seam. The spinners might want to bowl with it.
And that's what's going to happen in the power play tomorrow. There's Trent Bolt, who swings the ball, Sunil Narine, who swings the bat. Who wins, right?
Phil Salt's pretty aggressive too.
Yeah. You would expect him perhaps to be just a little more watchful, but Sunil Narine he's like the kamikaze pilots, right? He's got one mission, that's it. Either kill or be killed. That's it. You're not going to waste any time. You're not going to die wondering with him, right? So that's what he's going to do. And he's been closing matches in the power play. He's closed a couple in the power play itself, but Phil Salt last game really good. You look down that batting lineup, and the one good thing, Harsha, that happened for them in the last game was Shreyas Iyer stuck around. He's not been fluid.
Now, that's a great example of what you can do if you're batting second. Because when you're batting second, your net run rate, your individual strike rate is a function of what your target is. So he made 38 of 38 balls, but it was okay because his partner was going big at the other end, and he just had to ensure there wasn't a collapse, and they were going to win anyway. 38 of 38 batting first. Gee, the knives are out for you.
Fair.
So I thought he batted really well, given the situation in mind, and got those 40 balls in.
And his quote after the game was, a lot of the messaging in our team is, don't leave it to anyone else. Do the job for the team until the end, whatever that job entails. Take responsibility, all that sort of messaging. And he did that because it was a perfect partnership. Phil Salt was going. He just kept going and going. And all Shreyas had to do was knock it around, the odd boundary.
And that's what we say.
The target is within reach.
That's what we say. Look at the numbers in context. That was the job he needed to do at that point in time, 38 of 38. But as Harsha says, if 38 of 38 came batting first, they would be carving him like a Thanksgiving turkey, wouldn't they? Really knives out. All right, their bowling looks good. I think both these teams look really good. If I was to just ask you, in context, playing at Eden Gardens, the fact that KKR played yesterday, I mean, the way both these teams are going, would you give any team a slight advantage?
You know, I asked Warnie many years ago. I said, on these pitches, is there a home advantage? What is home advantage on pitches like these? And he said something he always thought left field. He said, the angles. He said, we play more matches here. I know the angles. I know where the ball is more likely to go. I can set my fields accordingly. I'm playing 7 matches on this ground. The opposition plays 1 match there. So I know where the ball is more likely to be hit. I understand the angles better.
Great point.
I know, that's what he said. Warning.
Good point. And of course, we talk about small margins in these games. And that's worth gold. But again, no slightly in front? Anyone? Either team?
If you were an American pollster, it's too close to call.
Too close to call. I like too close to call.
Would
you call players to watch out for? Knight Riders. Let's go.
Josh Butler if he plays.
No, Knight Riders.
Oh, sorry, Knight Riders. Sorry. No, I was thinking Knight Riders. Go for it first. I'll pick out a player.
Guys, we're doing that.
I'm looking forward to seeing how Mitchell Starc follows up.
Okay,
so
good point.
I'm not saying he's necessarily going to be the best player, but I'm excited for him and the Knight Riders that he got in the groove yesterday. Now it's about
Okay.
replicating.
Good. Mitchell Stark for you.
I mean, it's easy to say Sunil Narine. I love Sunil Narayan's style because he doesn't use up balls.
I accept easy answers as well. You can.
No, I'm just trying to be a little more responsible because I beat you today, so I want to be.
Enjoy. It's feeling.
No, I'll tell you honestly. My player to watch out for would be Russell most days.
Yeah.
But I'm going Rinku Singh tomorrow. I desperately want him to face some balls. He's in contention for an India place.
Yeah.
He's competing with Shivam Dube, I believe, for that batting slot. Dube is batting 4. He's getting every opportunity to prove himself. And there's Rinku, typecast as a finisher, with others going ahead of him, and just not getting enough balls. He's not a finisher. I can understand. You said give Dreras 20 balls, he'll change a game in 20 balls. Give Rinku more.
Yeah, well, he's a victim of their success, right? He's a victim of their success. Just haven't needed him.
So
for the Royals?
I just said Butler.
Butler for you?
Chahal.
Ooh, I like it. Good call. I like that.